All right. Hello, hello, hello. All right, guys. Good morning there. Oop, let me just. All right, there we go. It's much better, I guess. Good morning. I'm a little bit late because last time was too early. Too early. Yeah, so today we're gonna do what? Where are they? The Yu9 Shui, EPZ P50, and what's that? The Softears RSV Mark II. Oh, hello there. Um, AAF 268. AAF 268. Yep. Wow, you're always present in my. I appreciate you wasting your time with me. What time is it there? Wherever you are. It's 8 o'clock here. Where I'm at. So you know what? So I released my review on the 142. If you may have noticed, have you seen it? 10 p.m. GMT. Right. So you're in Asia, I guess. Philippines, probably. I'm Filipino, which is funny. I don't really have a lot of Filipino subscribers. I could help some support. So yeah, I released my 142. It's very rare that I'm one of those reviewers who is able to try out a product before release. I did contact Duno that is there an like a review embargo, because last time I did that, it was the Opus Puss X, the one with the dial. I released my review and no, it was just my impressions, and I was not supposed to do that because before the release date, and so I grabbed the opportunity, it's it's also for exposure. Other reviewers could have done it better, but yeah, I just like the cuz my friend, so I every other weekend, like, we jam in his house cuz he has a full, he has a studio. So he has like full electric drums and a guitar. We just don't have a bassist. He plays the guitars at first, and then I don't know, he got interested in drums. So he also bought bass guitars. He can play everything, and he made songs, and so we practiced some of his songs like that. And that the intro, if you've seen my video, that intro is from, it's his, yeah, it's his music. And I want to cover that too with my drums when I get back there. You like it more than you like it more than the daybreak, huh? Okay, you know what? I've been trying out different sets, so I'm just gonna, like, oh man, what I do, but it's okay. Did I? Yeah. Oh, does it say it was they? That says ESV. Oh my god. Let me just double check that. Well, I guess it is. It should be. Let me just. Can I do that though? I'm not sure if it. There you go. I saved it. I don't know if it would show, but yeah. All right. So what I'm gonna do now is, do I need to listen to neutral sets though? Oops. Cause I've been listening to just the 242 and the 142, and I know they have elevated treble. Um. So, so like I've never. Oh, okay. Thank you for catching that. Yeah, ESV sounds like a virus, So, oh man. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna listen to like a few songs. Using my Studio 4. It's my reference set. And probably that's the reason why in my impressions last week with the 142 and 242, I thought they were bright. Like if you compare the 142, no, the graphs of the 142 and 242 compared to the soft ears, no, like the soft ears does not really have elevated treble. And why I do that is I want to be in the shoe of people who are sensitive to treble. I mean, I can be sensitive to treble depending on what IMs I've been using. And it wouldn't make sense if I, for example, if I listen to the Duno 142 and continuously, and then I switch to the 142 and then I tell the viewers, no, this has, like good sounding treble. And then I try it, and then I let people know that the treble is smooth and stuff like that. So I'm kind of like not taking into account how treble sensitives would feel. So but I was able to tame it down with short profile ear tips. It was tamer. Any Yoroshika fans there? She released a new song. They released a new song. It was so it was very very creative song. If you are a Yoroshika fan. I think it was 2 days ago. Yu9 from what I've seen of reviews is interesting, but it's hard to find. Yeah, I don't. This is from JTIS, so I'm. It from the graph, it looks like the SA6 series. Yeah. It's like from the SA6 series. I've been trying. Okay, let's just look at the graph. I actually graphed them first. The reason for that is the reason that I graphed them first is I've seen the graph already, so so it doesn't make sense. Like my brain is already biased on how they look anyway. And that's one reason why I listen first before graphing, because I don't want any bias from my brain that, oh, this is the base or something like that. So all right. So if I share you, not share. Look at the I'm going to try the P50 first, okay? So the P50 should be right there. I don't know. So this might be depth dependent, but when I first saw the graph of the P50, it really reminded me of a neutral set like my Studio 4. It could be my reference, but it turns out they're a little bit pushed. You know what I mean? They're a little bit pushed. So there's this peak in here. And I actually have the daybreak. There we go. Let's just remove Studio 4s here. It does look a little bit like daybreak, but let's see. We're gonna see. There's some energy there around like the 5 to 6k. Now this energy here can mitigate the peak. This one here, because it's like the way I look at graph is like, imagine there's light coming from here and then just does it make sense? Or vice versa. And so there's what we call masking. Masking is like if there's too much base in here, there's gonna be a lot of details gonna be lost. Just because, like, imagine again, there's if light coming from here, everything is gonna be like a shadow in here. You know what I mean? But yeah, I do think that the daybreak is too abrupt in here. And that's why the reason for my early rise in gain is around here is just so that it sounds, you know. And that's why I don't like about the meta. The meta, target. Because the meta target is they peak at 3k, but they also want the treble to be smooth, right? So it makes like a really sharp gain. And it sometimes like it makes the vocals and instruments a little bit honky. Because they do a late gain to peak at 3k. Because the reason for that is, I think, I could be wrong, but what they're saying is like, the ear gain is at 3k for like the average for real ears, right? And that's why they're doing that. Like late peaks at 3k, but then abruptly declining just to compensate that it doesn't get any treble something. I'm still in the old meta crin something. It still sounds perfectly good for me. So an early rise, peak at 2.8, and then the treble is not so pressured of going down. It's just steady. I don't know. I could be wrong, but all right. So much for that. Let's just try the P50 here. P50, I do like, but it's open back too, right? So, and I have to use what ear tips? Yeah, Divina's Velvet. Yeah, I'll just use Divina's Velvet. And Masho. Oh, this is interesting. It doesn't have a lip. Okay. Let me just. Didn't you know? Yeah, I have a front-facing camera too. What I mean by that is, so they put here like are you able to see that? Like this added nozzle, right? They could have chosen a nozzle with a lip. I mean, like, they already put a nozzle in there. Why without a lip? I mean, I thought this problem is only for custom or like a resin, like a mold. And that mold usually doesn't, like the SA6 series, like freaking, I don't like. It doesn't have a lip. It's like a preform mold. And then, yeah, they cut the part wherein they don't have to do that extension But then they put a nozzle without a lip. Like, what? What? Why would you do that? They already had the chance. But they didn't. Oh man. Alright, let me switch back to the graph here. Fit is, yeah, it's actually, it's strange. Is it strange? No, it's, should be fine. Yeah, should be fine. They have custom fit. Alright, let us try. You know what? I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try my Shanling M3X. Oh, but it doesn't have in chest roof. Fuck. It's okay. I'll just use this one here. You know, the M3 Plus is too... It's too neutral. Like, doesn't have any fun. Which is... Yeah, it's good for testing. My M3X is more fun. I mean, like, it's actually very mid-forward DAP. And the reason for that, too, is, like, every time I try the M3X, like, everything just sounds good. And I'd probably end up a lot of rank S's. So, I don't know if you hear difference with sources, okay? I don't know if it's placebo in my end, but at least the changes that I get is consistent. What I mean by that is like, or it could be just really my brain. I don't know. But anyhow, like the M3 Plus is good. It's very detailed, but it seems to be like it's so dry and lacking some life, which makes my testing also like, you know, I'm not so like, you know, I don't really give out better scores because I find their mistakes, if that makes sense. Alright, Unwell by Matchbox 20. Oh man, these are definitely neutral. These are, yeah. These are better than the Daybreaks. These are reference. Good. These are good. And you know what? Immediately. What caught my mind is it almost feels like Mistake 8. Almost feels like Mistake 8. Could be a little bit less in there, but just that overall presentation feels like the Mistake 8. The Mistake 8, you might see there that, you know, it has lesser bass, but I could be wrong, but yeah, it feels like that. Ooh, this is nice, man. This is I'm listening to Under My Umbrella by Incubus. This has very good treble. Dude, I mean, the treble is like, they are nuanced, but they don't come across forward. And it's probably because of that nozzle without a lip. These are good, man. I could tell. Now, the thing about when I say it's good, okay. Now, I have two targets, okay? I have two targets. I have a neutral target and I have a balanced target, okay? The reason for that is sometimes I want to look for a reference sound, and when I say a reference, this is if you're a musician, this is like the reference sound. You may want this. Balance is like for music listening, so that's my point. Which do you think is better, the Crescent or the 142? Yeah. I could try them both. Yeah, the good question, but all right, looking at the graph there, the Crescent has better treble. The 142 has better bass. But then again, the Crescent is... How much is the Crescent? Are they in the same price range? Because you know what? I scored S also on Crescent, right? 237. So yeah, it's cheaper, right? So the Crescent has better value. It's easier for me to suggest the Crescent just because it doesn't have that peak. Although I would say that the 142, if you're fine with that peak, you can get the 142. But I don't know your ears. It's just easier for me to recommend the Crescent. And it's also much cheaper. So yeah, my answer would be the Crescent. Although I really like the bass on the 142, man. That it hits differently. Yeah, anytime. Alright. Okay, let's try Playing God here by Polyphia. Man, these are so good. Ooh, I like this more than the Daybreak. Now, the thing is, someone has to go here. Because the P50 is... How much is P50? What is this? EPZ P50. I think it's much cheaper. Is it much cheaper than the Oh man, it actually has bass. It's 209. No, that's eBay. 205, $200. AJ. Hey man. I have a newer setup here. Like, yeah, I can do this. I can do this. I can do that. No, I'm using OBS. OBS is very nifty. It's really fun. So the P50 is, I think, more expensive than the Daybreak, right? But I think I would pay for that additional, I don't know, $30. It's just more refined. I've been busy. Yeah, you've been busy for the past couple of months. Yeah, dude, like, you review a lot of stuff. And I'm surprised about your output. Like, how are you able to do that? Let me answer this guy here. No, I have not tried the S12 Ultra. I know what happened. Like, their lecturer is ghosting me. I didn't do anything. I'm shilling their products and then they're ghosting me. I'm not bad. I don't feel bad. It's just, I don't know. And I'm touring their sets because I usually so when I was in the Philippines, I was touring sets from Hi-Fi Go, but I made a deal with Hi-Fi Go to pay for our shipping. Because in the Philippines, dude, like, the shipments can be crazy, you know, like, and sometimes, like, some people only have LBC or whatever, and it's expensive, right? And I can't afford, like, you know the life in the Philippines. Like, sometimes shipping can be like $200 freaking dollars, $300. It's crazy. And so I told Hi-Fi Go, like, you have to sponsor our shipping. You know, like, it's gonna burn our cash, and we're not getting anything from this. And so they agreed. So when I arrived in their US, I'm still touring some sets and did the same thing. They what's this one? So yeah, they still cover the shipment fee. I just have to get all the receipts and stuff. So I did the same thing with Let's Sure. I'm also touring them, but they actually did not, like, and we're shipping now in dollars, okay? Imagine that. We're shipping in dollars. And sometimes, like, wherever the reviewers are from, like from east to west. Sometimes it's easily like, I don't know, $20 or $30. Dude, that's freaking crazy, right? And sometimes, like, especially if we ship to Canada, man, Canada's stupid. Like, it's so. Hobby Talk? Hobby Talk, you know Hobby Talk, right? And so, like, we were sharing stats before. I think it was the Australia. Jay is also in Canada too. Jay Audio. So they shipped the sets to me. There were no problem from them to me, but me sending them back to Canada, dude, $50 on top of my. So it was crazy. It's so freaking only because I'm shipping now to a different country, right? So, like it may sound like, yeah, it's still better than not, like paying for that just to hear something is still better than blind buying. I see. It's still good. And I'm paying less. But imagine how many IEMs get circulated, with reviewers, and it's still better. I'm not complaining. It's still better than people who are not able to try out. So, but just letting you know, it's not rainbows and butterflies all the time. All right, let's try get lucky here. Oh man, these are so good, dude. I'm surprised why. I don't know, like maybe just people hear differently, dude. You know what? It could be very near from S12s. Like, I should change my target, dude. Probably not. Man, is this so neutral, dude? Yeah, exactly. And the thing I don't like about like sometimes some companies they ship it to like whatever sketchy names, uni or whatever, but they seem to work really good. But just it takes time for it to get into my part. But sometimes like bigger companies like Fio and Yu9, they ship through DHL. You get them fast, but freaking you have to pay tax. That DHL tax, man, it gets me. So I think I told you about like they sent me the Fio FP13 planar. So I paid like $30 for that for the tax because that thing is huge. Like the package is huge on that thing. And it's heavy because they included this carrying case that is like, I don't know, like ceramic or something like, but it's heavy. So $30. Only to find out that there's a very big channel imbalance, and so I told them like I can review this if I change the channel. Like from UAPP you can change the volume of the channel, right? Like left and right. You can do that. I could review it, but it's probably not optimal because I know that I don't get the right scaling volume. Because it gets the volume gets how do I say, but it's just not optimal. And so they shipped a new one. Paid another $30. So I mean, yeah, I mean I'm not complaining, like now I have 2 units of that one dud unit and I feel like I just bought, I mean like still I feel like I bought 2 of those. One is defective, but I know what you mean. Shipping sucks. Bro, I'm in love with the P50, dude. Okay, let me just tell you this. This might be another perfect star. This is another perfect star 15, full perfect. Just letting you know. Another perfect star. Because the Let's Sure S12 is like balanced, right? It's fun. So I've been looking for that something that's neutral, and this is it. Because I can't find anything wrong. At least with the way I'm hearing it now. Oh, hey there. Hi there, Ren. I'm talking about P50, which is a possible perfect star for me. Perfect 15, rank S++. So what that means for me is, if you're searching for neutral reference sound, you're done with this. Like, you don't have to go past. And my ranking is also based on value. So this being priced around $200, you know, like if it was priced 500, it probably is a different story. But this priced at 200, this is, I prefer this now than the Studio Force, I guess. It is different from Daybreak. It sounds more correct than the Daybreak. It sounds more open than the Daybreak. Daybreak is here for it. I mean, we share the same sentiments, man. Like, it seems like they're not interested in low profile reviewers anymore. But I think I'm gonna buy this. At first, I'm probably gonna ask them if they offer reviewer discount. If not, I'm gonna get this one. This is a very good reference. Oh man, the symbols are freaking. It's so. Oh man, it's so wide sounding, dude. I mean, not wide, but like the imaging is so easy to follow. All right, let's try Here Without You by Three Doors Down. Any Three Doors Down listeners there? Oh man, I grew up in the 90s, okay? It's so good, man. Like, the vocals are good in this. I'm excited to try it with my drums. Yeah. I think. They have a different treble. Dude, it's so good. Oh man, it's so good. And I'm listening it on my M3 Plus, which I sometimes hate because of how dry it sounds. Now I'm let me try with my M3X, dude. Oh man, like Yeah, I know those stores. Like inverted polarity sometimes is the reason why I don't like certain sets. Yeah, that can be too. All right. It could be the inverted polarity too. I know. Now, the inverted polarity for me, what it does is, this is just for me, okay? So if the polarity is inverted, everything sounds like there's no depth at all. But if it's in the right one, I feel like there's more stage depth and they sound more open. There's really no change in the frequency per se, but I feel like it's just more 3D. And because of that, like vocals just pop out more. And it's so easy to follow instruments and dude, I can lock at the vocalist with this one here and oh man, it's so freaking good, dude. All right. It's probably dude, like oh man, wow. See that? Dude, oh my god, I hate this. Already ear tips left on my ears. Oh man, I hate it's it's on my ears. Look at that. Can you see that there? And it's the freaking Divinus Velvet. How do I take it out? So the way I do it is I use like the plug and just hope that I get that freaking hole. Oh man. Oh. Oh, I know. I know. Oh, but actually I don't know. Fucking shit. Now I'm oh, god. Now I'm thinking, should I buy these? This might be too big. Oh, dude. Okay, let me... No, this won't work. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna make it into like a mirror, okay? Oh, wait. You know what? I have Zoom. Fucking shit. Am I really doing this live? God, this is so... Now it's more difficult now that I'm... You know what? I might need some help with this. There it is. I think I am able to do that now. This is so... The orientation is different. Oh god. Oh. Oh. I think I got it. Oh. Where'd that go? Fuck. fuck? You see that? That's the. It would have been okay if it was like the SNS ear tips. Like it was the freaking Divinus. Oh man. How does one check for polarity inversion? I honestly don't know. I just know that if the polarity is correct, it sounds correct for me. But I also don't mind because I feel like a lot of I'm not sure if people would really notice it. So I'm not sure if they do it deliberately with the polarity. But yeah. And that's why it's good to buy cables without preformed hooks. Just so that you can experiment with what goes, you know, like you can invert it. So I need to experiment more on that though. It's just so like reviewers are so preoccupied with like stuff to review that we actually don't listen anymore, which is a bad thing. What I mean by that is like, hey, like we also need some personal time, but it feels like we're locked into just reviewing stuff. All right, we have the Yu9 here this time. Dude, I like the P50, but oh man, like what do I do with that? Yu9 Chue. Actually, it's closer to my balance one. Like this glide in here, it's really close. And also, like the treble extension, it's really close. It just doesn't have that gain, which I might be fine with that. I might be fine with that. So anything that follows my glide should be good. Like, is this following my glide? Where's the S12 2024? Oh, is it here? Oh god. Yeah, like the S12 almost follows that glide. But I could be wrong. But it's also like Mega 5P, kind of like, you know, Mega 5P-ish. So the Yu9 Chue. Why do you say Chue? Need to get that Divinus Velvet. Oh man, that is scary, dude. So Divinus Velvet, they're not so tight. You need to find tighter ear tips for that one, like really tight. Like for example, but the thing about man, this makes it more difficult. The thing about tight ear tips also is if they are tight, they also have very narrow what do you call them? Stems. They have very narrow stems. Now, if they get left behind your ear tips, it's gonna be hard to pick them. Ooh, no. Yu9 Chue, also no lip. Also no lip, man. But at least it has it's like it's kind of like matte finish. So let me just show you. All right, so there's no. And do you get the smiley guy? Yeah, not really the smiley guy, but there are like different holes in there. Looks like this. Man, this front-facing camera does not have good focusing distance. Haha. Hey, am I complaining? All right. Yu9 Chue, really thanks to JTiz for this. He actually reached out to me Cause I I went to a server and I was like spamming, Rockies is the best. You know, like Rockies is very good sounding. And he says like, have you tried that Yu9 Chue? And I'm like, no. And yeah, and at that time he sent it to Mark, Ryan, Super Reviews, and so Mark was sending me these, and I told Mark like, do you have other sets there that I can borrow, like the P50 and the RSV? And like, dude, I should give Mark some gifts. That's so Filipino, right? Like sending back something with a gift. Like, what do you call that in Tagalog? What's that? Like utang na loob or something. I just feel inclined to do that. Like it's probably just a Filipino thing. I don't know with other cultures if like I don't think they do that. Japan kind of like does that too. Um Yu9. Yeah, indebted. I feel indebted because again, he's been sending me sets with his own cash, right? So really kind of him. So this is what, how much is this? 615, is it? Like 500, I think it's like 500 or something, right? 399, okay. So 399 should be like in this category here. Oh man, that's a lot here. It's already full. Oh, this is balanced. This is gonna sound different because it's balanced. I don't want to use balanced for now. I need my adapter. Where'd it go? Sorry about that. I think my battery ran out, so I need to change that real quick in here. And I should be... Alright. Where is my... I'm looking for my balanced 4.4 to 3.5. Wondering if it's here. Never mind. I'll just use, oh man, like my desk. It's a man's desk, okay? One last look. Oh, there he is. Okay. Got it. You waited 50. Is Daybreak the best alternative? If EQ is around a price, recommend. Okay. Daybreak is cheaper, right? 170. And it could be like they could be made from the same factory, really. And Crane's tuning, his tuning is like he listens to very low volume listening. And when I try his sets, like it's too reference. His taste is too reference. What I mean by that is like there's enough impact for the bass and the mids are okay, but he usually has that almost dry treble. And I know they changed that, and it makes sense on a like a neutral reference perspective. And I felt that way with the Daybreak. Actually, the Daybreak I ranked it S just because I haven't heard the P50 at that time. But having heard the P50, like, I don't know, like, can't you buy it on AliExpress or something? Because I really do think that the P50 is, like, just pay extra for the P50. I mean, if you share the same preference. Okay, so I'm trying the Chewy now. Unwell by Matchbox 20. Let's see. Yeah, it's good. It's balanced. Definitely balanced sounding. Good detail retrieval. It's nice, yeah. Okay. Now, the balance is really good for the Shui, but this is, I know the upper treble is run by just BAs. What's the specs on this? It doesn't have ESTs, right? So, one dynamic, 3 balanced, and so yeah, I know. So the thing about this is, let me see the graph there. It's really, really smooth, okay? It's really, really smooth. Like, this is so well done in here. Treble is really good, but the timbre is a little bit off. It's not off like it's... Again, most people might actually not notice this. It's really just a drummer thing. What I mean by that is, if you're a drummer, you always know how instruments sound. If you're a drummer or you play acoustic guitars, okay? Because with other instruments, you put them into, you attach them to pedals, and so you alter tones. There's nothing bad about that because that's music anyway. Like, even for drums, you set your snares into a certain tone. Like, we fiddle with tones, you know? And that's why sometimes I like, say for example, like, you know, some drummers, they say like, oh, the snares sounded blunt. How do you know that the snare sounded blunt? What if that drummer really intended to make that snare sound blunt, you know? If that makes sense, you know? Cymbals is also a personal thing because, like, you kind of like, you know, the bolt, how you tighten them, and what brand you're getting it. But anyhow, my point is, I feel like drummers know what actual sounds are, especially if you're trying the IM using your kit. You just know that it's been altered or stuff. So, the two-ways treble is really well done, but I know that they're coming from BAs. DDs render cymbals really natural in decay, even if they have peaks, but they sound natural. The best ones are the ESDs because they have that it's hard to explain the EST treble. It's like, especially if they hit the crash, it has that very realistic delay of the splash. And BAs are like, you know, like they get the tone, but they break in the last part of the decay, like, you know. And a lot of people might actually like it. I used to like the Annihilator, like very good extended treble from the Annihilator. But I realized, like, when it's like trying to play drums, like, what the fuck, like and it's so much fun, like when you're starting in the hobby and you really have to go through all these stages, right? Like extended treble, and it sounds hi-fi, you know, it's high fidelity, you hear the details, you hear like the last cymbal splash, but they are all unnecessary, especially if you're a musician. I mean, like, maybe I can enjoy them, but they are unnecessary. So the QA has really good treble extension. But just that. I like the design too. The QA, I like the design. It's also, it feels premium. It really feels premium. And it's simple. I don't know why this has like white something in here. It looks like an exactly, man. If the drum sounds good, everything will sound good. If the drum, because the drums are the only instruments that didn't go to what's this one? Like overdrive or something. Interface. You don't put drums into interface, it's just the mic. I mean, yeah, you could, but it's just the way you tune the drums is manually tuning them, not through any interface. You know what I mean? So it's really hard. Like, that's why I ask people, like, what's your reference sound? Like, if they, like, I like, you know, I listen to Polyphia too, but I don't actually know what interface they're using. And I only listen to Playing God because they're using nylons. You know what I mean? The guitars, they're using nylons, and I'm used to hearing nylons because in the Philippines, like, those, we have nylons. Like, my island, I live in Cebu, and Cebu is known to making good guitars. We have nylons in there. So I know how it sounds like, and that's the only reference sound that I use from Polyphia. It's the Playing God because they're using freaking nylons. All right, let's try the It's hard to get a demo. Yeah. Talking about Playing God, let's try Playing God here with the Chue. They sound open though. Like, I really like the bass on this. Yeah, the stage is really good. So, okay. So I did an EQ here. Just, I want to elevate this one a little bit. So this is around 1,200 with, no. 19? 1925? Oh, 25, gain is 2.9 and 1.7. 2.2, 2, 5, 2, 9, and 1.7. Huh. Okay. All right. All right. Let's try to do this. So 2,500, right? Gain is, I don't know, just 2. 1.7. So it raises this up a little bit. Right there, if you see that. Should be fine. Yeah, so I'm just gonna do that. Just so that if I want to make sure if this masking here might make that treble a little less bright. Because you're masking, right? You're increasing this area here. And so let's see if it does that. Right, reset all. 2,500. Gain is, how much did I put there? 2. 1.7. Okay, it's, if you EQ this, it is. Only one filter EQ, man. It's good now. Ooh. Yeah, it's less forward than before. The timbre is still there. The timbre is still there. But at least it's less forward. So, yeah, you can definitely EQ this. I'm so careful about so careful. I was listening to Alanis Morissette in my car. Urban Super. Oh, yeah, I know. There's an yeah, I know. And you have to be, and that's the thing about, like, if you play music, but the thing about that is, like, this is, again, it's so hard to combine the like an audiophile mind and a musician mind, because, so for example, I'm you know, like, say for example, I'm catching chords, you know, and sometimes, like, you want to hear what they did with their tones, and a lot of people take like weeks and months just to cover, let's say, like, their tones, right? And whatever they're using, and like they follow everything, like the reverb and stuff. But if you're in that mindset, you actually don't, you find those nuance easily, because you know what you're looking for, right? So you know what you're looking for. You're looking for, like, what's the reverb, what's the setting he's making. And you're doing that because you're covering a song, but it's nothing special. You know, it's like you're doing that because you're covering. There's really nothing special about that. Like, there's nothing special finding that. Because your mindset is like, I need to cover this, I need to copy this. And you can find it. You can find the changes, maybe not entirely, and you create your own. But if you are on an audiophile mindset, you kind of like turn off the musician mind and just sit there and listen. I'm like, wow, that's interesting. I heard that, you know? But the thing is, if you're also a musician and you're on the audiophile mind, it's not really like, wow, it's not like, wow, those details are there. It's more of like, wow, how did he do that? It's not about like you're surprised, not you're not surprised about the details per se, but you're surprised about like, wait, how did he do that? You know what I mean? Like, so for example, like I'm like covering drums, and you only have two hands, and when he does like a fill, and there's a fill, and there's like, and they still hit the high, like, hey, what? How did he do that? And then you kind of like rewind and like try to count everything in like 16s, and like, how the hell did he do that? You know what I mean? So you're not surprised about the details per se. You're surprised about like, you were able to find the details, and I'm like, what, wow. And so you actually appreciate the musicians more because you heard those details. So it's coming from appreciation, It's not coming from awe. Like, because I feel like with audiophiles, they get surprised about the details and it's done. It's like, wow, I didn't know those details are there. But if you're a musician, it's like, wow, how did he do that? That's impressive. Exactly. How did he do that? And that's why we admire stuff, and that's why we become fans of someone, because we're not able to do it. We're not able to do it ourselves. And sometimes like some are just really tricky, like they make it sound like they're just, but that's why sometimes if it's impossible to replicate, they probably did it like, say for example, like the guitars, like you can't do it yourself, and nah, this is impossible. They did it like they recorded this twice and they overlaid two guitars in here, Same with Polyphia, dude. Like I noticed like, nah, that's not impossible. That's not possible. I feel like they overlay different hi-hat patterns in there, like, nah, that's not possible. He can't have like three hands. How will be able to do that? I could be wrong, but I just feel like they yeah, they add those fills in there, like some synth fills. All right, so much for that. So get lucky. The bass is really good though, really really textured. I know, Alanis. Yeah, which song is it? And I know there are driver memes out there, like people like they say like there's like planar timbre or BA timbre or DD timbre, and like some people like they think like drivers don't really mean anything, because I know they have inherent waves that they produce, but at the same time, when I say like DD timbre or BA timbre or planar timbre, these are produced by tones, and you can't find those tones running running like test tones here for the what I mean is like um an acoustic guitar, you can run a G, pluck a G, and also pluck a G on a bass, or I don't know, like a different guitar. They'll have different timbre, but they hit the same note, Or I can hit like, I don't know, like E when singing. I can hit E minor in singing, and then let's say Ren also hits an E in singing, but we have different voices, but we're hitting the same note. Does it make sense? So I feel like that on drivers. So there that's why like they may have different, I'll say they may share the same graph, but still when you try them they felt like it's a little bit different, you know? King of Pain. Okay, I'll search that. King of Pain. All right. King of Pain. Let's see. Here Without You. Let's try Here Without You. These are very good. But $4.99, right? $3.99. Now, okay, so this is in my price range here, right? Because of $3.99. Yeah. Let me delete that. The true way is good, man. Sorry for the silence. It's actually good. All right. Yeah, okay. Yeah, the Chewy is definitely good. But I just 4.99, right? So first is I really like the Rockies too. I feel like I need to replace something. I feel like I'm gonna replace the EM10 in here and put the Yu9 Chewy. I'm just gonna do it now. Yeah, I feel like, yeah, definitely it's in my recommendation, but I still need to hear more about this. I mean, um, they're good. They're really good. Like they're inoffensive. They're very balanced sounding. Very good vocals. It's like it's really intended for listening to music. Like you have a weekend and just want to enjoy, and yeah, it's right there. But I need to make up my mind still. But they're good. Yeah, the Chewy definitely deserves space in my 251 to 499. Yeah. Right, the Rockies is the only one that I put like 499, 500, 1000 and up. Rockies is there. For a while, guys, let me just go let me go pee. All right. So, It's funny. While I'm holding my PP in there, it dawned on me that the Chue graphs similar to the supernova, or not graphs, but very close to the sound of the supernova. 7 acoustic supernova. Yeah, that's what I thought, dude. There. It really, like, I was like, when I was holding my PP and I was like, yeah, what about, like, that sound is so familiar, and I was like, and I realized supernova. And that's it. It's a cheaper supernova. Yeah, it's worth, and that's the supernova. I like the sound of the supernova, but I didn't rank it S. I ranked it like A because I thought it was too expensive for that sound. Supernova, how much is supernova now? Like 900 $900? Acoustic supernova. Price, I think it's 900 now. I don't know. 849, yeah. It was supposed to be like 700 or something. It was supposed to be 700. So it was funny because I think AJ has that. So when I applied for a review sample of the supernova, it took like 3 months. So I got the sample. I think they're from Malaysia, right? Or Indonesia. So they shipped it to the Philippines using DHL. And dude, like, I was supposed to pay a very big tax, but I had to prove that this is for review. Imagine paying a tax for like a 700 bucks IEM, dude. I didn't have that money at that time. It's crazy. So I shared my, like, I had to talk to customs and told them, like, this is a sample review. I didn't buy it. So the Yu9 Chue is a cheaper supernova. No cap. That's it. And so is it worth it? Yeah, damn it is. It has very good... The thing about the mids on the supernova, it's like, it's so... I mean, have you seen a bad review on the supernova? Have you seen a bad review? I have not, because it's so easy to like. I would say though that the treble on the supernova is more natural than the Chue, but I'd be willing to pay half the price of the supernova, and you get the Chue. You get like 98% of the sound, which is this one here. So those are my thoughts. But the Chue, yeah, supernova and Chue, it is. All right, I think where is it? Supernova. Did I? Where is it? Okay, there it is. It's interesting. It's interesting. They may share the same drivers. Who knows? Oh, but supernova is all BA, right? Supernova is all BA. Or is it? Am I wrong? Yeah, it's all BA, which is very surprising. Like, that bass from the supernova is so surprising from an all BA set. You'll be like, wow, like, but I also feel like the Chue has a more realistic hit because it's a DD. So it's a DD. So yeah. It's more there's more physicality to it, if that makes sense. Yeah. All right. Next up is the last one, the RSV. RSV. All right. This is supposed to be mid-bass heavy, right? I saw the graphs already. Mid-bass heavy set. Dude, this looks nice. Control 8. Really cool looking in there. And I think these are the Softears UC ear tip. Nice contours. Does it share the same contours as the Studio 4s? Not quite, but probably close. Very thick cable. Very like industrial feeling cable. All right, that's if it's okay. But this is what I don't like about liquids. Okay, there it is. I got the fit. RSV, guys. Oh no. So much for that. Yu9 Chue, it's a supernova. That's my take. I tried the original RSV. I liked it. I don't have the graph, but ooh, look at that, dude. Like, that's like neutral with so much bass. Alright. Now, I'm seeing a lot of details getting drowned out in here. Like... But you know what? Softears really does treble good. Like, they do treble good. Because if you look at volume S... Right there, it's like volume S with sub bass. Feels like it. So I'm thinking the treble on here might be good. Yeah, it's true. They don't have it. Except for the Studio 4s, man. Like, you gotta hear... I'm not sure if you've heard Studio 4, but... And it's also because of the tuning, you know, like you can't really increase a lot of bass with the B. You can't force the BA to produce that physicality. And yeah. All right, let's try this one here. RSV Mark II, Unwell, Matchbox 20. Ooh. Okay, nice details. They're not so drowned out, yeah. Why are the Rockies in different price racks? Because I feel like they deserve attention. Like, why would you pay $500 if you can buy the Rockies for cheap? Why would you pay? That's my thought behind it. I like the Rockies a lot that I had to put them in different price category. I know it doesn't make sense, but thanks for pointing that out. This is interesting. Like, dude, all right, under my umbrella, let's try. Oh man, that treble, Softears treble, dude. If you want natural sounding, and Ren, you know, you bought the volume S, right? Didn't you say you bought the volume S, or were you waiting for it to arrive? It's yeah, it's actually like almost the same treble presentation in there with the volume S, which is like, whew, so natural sounding treble in here. Alright, let's try Playing God by Polyphia. Oh man, but also the volume. This RSV Mark II is also expensive. Price, I think. 699, man. Here. Oh, dude, that's so much mid bass. All right, let's try Get Lucky. Just the thing about like I'm laughing is because like even though like it has a very elevated mid bass and sub bass in there, it actually sounds freaking clean. It has like it still has some natural vocals are a little bit pulled back a little bit. But it's just funny because like mid bass in your face, boom, boom, you know, but clean sounding. They're not mudding up everything. Everything still sounds good, but I just feel like, why are you gonna buy this? Very natural sounding, but why are you gonna buy this? You know. Um. But very good treble, very good treble. But for 699, right? Um. Yeah, like this, it's already in like 500 to 1000 category. If you're willing to spend 699, you just save for like a Monarch or something, you know. So diminishing returns really it hits really bad from here on. That's why for me, like if you want to go Summit Fi, it's more appropriate to maybe like limit until 500. And the Yu9 Chue is good, yeah, along with the Rockies too. But for me, the Rockies just sounds more natural than the treble because it has ESTs. The Chue is very tonally pleasing. So for the Rockies, it's a little bit bright. So it's hard for me to recommend the Rockies because some people might not actually like brighter sets, but the Chue is just easier to recommend. It's, you know, it's balanced sounding. And there's also the 2 for 2, but it's just there in my honorable mention. So you still need to hear sets with ESTs. You might not find the difference, but it's an experience. Some people don't find the difference at all, and you know what? Like the only thing that I really care about the EST is actually just the cymbals. I don't hear a difference in the mids because anyway, the ESTs, they're high treble. They're supposed to be working like past 10k, and I just really feel that the cymbal timbre on ESTs is very close to natural. And I'm surprised how Softears are doing this without ESTs because the Softears Volume S and the RSV has that kind of timbre without ESTs. And maybe that's how they did it. Maybe it's their BAs that they're using. But the Volume S treble on this RSV almost feels like that on an EST. But the EST does have a little bit of elevation, and it also depends on the implementation actually. Because with the Mega 5 ESTs, I didn't like the treble of that. It sounded grainy. But other than that, the Rockies has that. It's not even sizzle. It's just that natural decaying treble. That's for me. Not just natural decaying treble. And Um, and so the ESD's feeling, the Softears, Volume S, and the RSV is giving me a very close experience with how a cymbal sounds. Yeah. Oh, that mid bass, dude. Okay, let's try the worst here by Polyphia. Oh man, it lets its presence known. That mid bass, dude. Good morning. It's if you want, I have not tried the ISN audio. It is so this RSV thing is giving a smile on my face because it has a character. And that's what we need right now. We need IEMs with character. What I mean by that is, I know that we're seeing a lot of IEMs with the same tuning, and we're getting tired of it. Just like the same tuning, meta, or whatever tuning it is. And an IEM with a character would stand out. You know, like, you know what I mean? Like, if I have to buy an IEM, it's something that I can, like, leaves an impression, you know? And this is what the, Softears is kind of, like, good at doing that. They leave an impression. Because who would have thought, like, this mid-bass would give you this much detail? Like, looking at graphs, I would say, like, this, you know, it's gonna, and you can look at my video again, like, 30 minutes ago. I said, like, this is gonna drown out the details, but no. And I was like, how are they able to do this? And so, like, elevated treble with details is wrong. Softears is telling you boosted treble equals details wrong. That's what they're saying. It's wrong. They have good details there. But just that bass, dude, it can be overwhelming, really. Yeah, natural sounding treble, good sounding mids. Man, it's so natural sounding. It's just the bass, really. Careful about the ear tip. So it's just really the bass that, I mean, the bass is not boomy at all. It's just there. It's just bass dominant set. Is it for bass head? It's different. It's not sub bass. It has mid bass and sub bass. It cuts around 300. Why am I doing? Yeah, it's just, I don't even know what to think about this set. It's definitely not bad sounding. It really has its own character. So if you're in for an experience and you want that character, Mashu, it's definitely this one here. It will leave an impression. Exactly. It will leave an impression on your wallet. That is true. But that's a thing, right? Like, why would you spend this much money? It's just, they could have priced this cheaper. But hey, like, Softears has a good following too, so it really, like, I don't know. It's probably just honorable mention at this point. You're right. Thanks for reminding me that my ranking here also, I also have to think about value. because I can buy the Softears Volume S for almost half the price. I can also have the nah, probably not. But you don't see this kind of tuning. It's like meta gain with a lot of bass. It's interesting. BD. Now I'm looking at the BD because it feels like the gain is similar. Yeah, kinda. Yep. I'm so afraid of using these. The P50. I like to listen to the P50. But I'm so afraid of using it. Dude, like, what do I do with that? It's crazy. It's that fear of that fear. Oh man. So yeah, I think that is it for the stream, guys. Like, how long has it been? Like almost 2 hours. Wow, really thankful for you guys staying. Oops. So, any other questions? Oh yeah, have a nice day too. Like, it's getting brighter in here. Really appreciate the time. And Ren, I'll check on those like Alanis Morissette. Yeah, I actually like that. I'm surprised. There's just a lot of 90s songs that I sometimes don't listen to because I don't have a copy, but which makes me think I need to subscribe again to Apple Music or whatever streaming services just so that I have access to those songs. Cause yeah, I grew up listening to Alanis and like stuff in the 90s too, so definitely. Thanks for recommending that. I'll see you again next week. I don't know what I have for next week. But probably just bunch. Oh my god, I forgot. I'm supposed to do an impression of this Air 5 Pro Plus. Yeah, it is MEMS driver. I'll probably do an impression tomorrow. Like, I don't know. Maybe tomorrow I'll do one. This is supposed to have like MEMS driver. So you probably saw binary audio. They're doing the MEMS thing, but this one here, it's an earbud, Bluetooth earbud. Dude, totally forgot about that. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna do tomorrow. Who knows? Just, I don't have time. I wasted my time removing that freaking ear tip. Thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate the time. See you around. It was so fun. It was a fun listening impression. And hope you have a nice day there. Thank you so much.